Hello, everyone. This one is on how to use Fiddy and FidForward in the end. We typically find this intuitive, but we wanted to go through exactly how to do this. So you can see my screen now. It's a Slack message with Fiddy, which is our bot that precisely captures all the feedback. So you can see the feedback that I've been giving. In this case, let's give it a try to do what we call a reactive feedback in the case that a employee says, I've been speaking to Bernardo. Okay, simple feedback. It's not very comprehensive, but let's test this and see how Fiddy responds to this. Critical thing is to have tag the person you have in mind. If you don't, Fiddy will ask you. Don't worry, but it's ideal that you do this in the first message. So let's see how Fiddy replies to this. There we go. She already replied. Indeed, she mentioned there's a little detailed. I need to be a little bit more clear. I can continue on, and at some point she will state that it will be okay. The feedback will be enough, and that it gets stored. Let me try to give her a very comprehensive one. Okay, there you go. Let's see how she reacts to this one. Hopefully, it's going to be enough, and if it is, she's then going to redirect it to the platform. Okay, perfect. It was enough. So now we can click the link here and see exactly what we just posted on the application. Before we go into the application, there's one thing I want to tell you is that Fiddy will also reach out to you about someone. She will detect the frequency at which you speak to this person, either through the calendar or through the organizational charts, and she will reach out to you asking, how do you feel about this person? So let's now go to the platform and see what comes up. So as you can see, my feedback about Bernardo is just right here. So it not only checks for the compliance to our checklist, and this checklist goes through what are the critical things that need to be given as feedback, but also the alignment to the values that we see in Bernardo. And these are the values defined by the company. So this is up to the company to define these values. You then have the full feedback here and also a summary that can be used by you when potentially talking to Bernardo in case it's needed. Obviously, you have here the whole list of feedback points in the dashboard. You can also see how many feedback points you've been given, how many of proactive outreaches Fiddy had to you that you missed, and also how well are you scoring in the checklists, which you saw in this specific case. So you also see here how many feedback points you've been giving over time that meets the checklist and doesn't meet the checklist. And then how are the company values of the people you've been giving feedback to. Why did we include this one? We do see that it's interesting to see how you identify values in the other person. Potentially in the future, this is going to be about your values. Right now, it's about the values that people have, that you identify people having. And then values over time. Here you can see precisely the same thing, but over time. And then you have the checklist score over time. So the checklist in this case looks for a target individual that typically is achieved. It needs a clear description of the event, examples, and suggestions for improvements. In my case, I didn't really cover the impact of the behavior, but indeed, as long as I meet 70% of the checklist, it takes it into a reasonable state and says it's enough. Then obviously you can see also the change log. So all the features that we've been doing over time. So it will be flagged here with a red button in case there's something new. We typically do 3 or 4 changes a week. So you will be able to see the platform improving. So in the next few weeks, we will have access to the feedback sessions. It's still not available in this dashboard, but you can see it in the demo that we have available online. So here you will see a menu for you to generate a report if you are giving feedback to someone. So you would see an entry for each of the employees here. You set a custom date to which we're going to consider the feedback points. And then you click generate. And you'll see here precisely highlights, lowlights. In this case, Team Cook is reasonably aligned to the values of the company. And also have an approach to how you should take this conversation with a person. We will make sure this is evolving over time, and we take a lot of things into consideration, such as the age of the person, how this person behaves in difficult situations, that we will understand over time how that works. You can also print this to a document, so you can take it with you. And this is pretty much it.